Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Conte Terrell. Most of you know me as Dr. Conte, and I am the proud owner of Dr. Conte Speaks. Go this way. Dr. Conte Speaks, where we help people through our consulting firm understand the value and the morals and that the queens that they are, to love themselves, to be true to themselves, to learn to have self love, healing, respect, all of those different things. So I'm super excited to be here. I'm also the CEO and founder of Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, where we have a nonprofit organization. I founded the nonprofit organization 23 years ago. It's been 23 years this month. It was 23 years on the 23rd, about 4 days ago. And so for the many of you who have supported Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, who has been in business, like I said, we've been in business now for 23 years. I appreciate you. We thank you so much. So many of you have been such a blessing to us, being able to help all of the women that we've helped throughout the years escape domestic violence, heal from past hurts and pains, from childhood, so many different things that we do through counseling, case management, court advocacy, crime protective compensation, all of that, protective orders from the court, legal advocacy. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you don't know, next month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but unfortunately, domestic violence is every day. It's every day. It's all year round. As a matter of fact, it's every 7 seconds. So that's quite busy. We've talked for 8 minutes now, and just imagine how many 7 seconds have gone by and someone was abused. So thank you again for those who've helped. I'm also through Dr. Conte Speaks Consulting LLC. We do trainings, consulting. I'm so excited that my last book was 12 Months to a Better You, helping you again to be your best self. It's a challenge. It's a quick, simple book. Each month there's a different challenge. That's all you have to do. It's not a lot of reading. It's not a lot of writing, but it gives you an exercise, a self-help skill to help your life be better than it was yesterday, the month before, and the year before, and move into the purpose that you have for the years to come. So again, you can get that book on www.drcontespeaks.com. That is 12 Months to a Better You. Super excited that it's an international bestseller, but also for those who are overcoming domestic violence and other toxic relationships and their effects, don't forget to get Deliverance to a Fresh Spirit, which is also on the website, www.drcontespeaks. Now, I also want to talk, as I said, we are embarking on Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but what you can do to help us with our fundraiser this year, which is a little bit different because, of course, COVID, but please, please, all of you are walking. I see you walking. I see you on your bikes. I heard on the news that bike sales went up more than ever this year because people were trying to get out and get outside and get on their bikes. If you're joining me, please say hello. Tell me you're watching. Say something in the chat so that I can know that you're watching. So people have been on their bikes and, having fun, exercising, getting out of the house, getting some fresh air. And so guess what? You can register and do exactly what you've been doing anyway. Just take pictures of you riding on your bike, videotape it, upload it to our site. October the 10th is going to be the day that we're going to salute everybody that's participated and talk about it. But we need your help right now. Get your teams together. You can walk from anywhere in the world. You don't have to worry about walking with people that you don't know. So we're not doing it as we usually do it. We're doing it virtual. And so you can walk with your family and everybody that you've already been quarantining with, or coworkers that you've already been around and working with. So please join us for the Fresh Spirit Family and Friends Fun Walk. Walk from anywhere, walk, run, bike from anywhere. It allows us to continue to do what we've been doing for 23 years. And our business, as far as clientele, has increased about 40% since COVID. The stay in, stay safe has not been safe for those who have been living with those partners who and husbands and spouses, and even it could be a male or a female who have been abusive. So please help us to continue. We've had to hire more staff. That means more money. We had to get a bigger location. That means more money. We can't service these people without the help. And we have a huge amount of new clientele that are coming in every month, not to mention the ones that we've already had that are coming back every week for counseling and treatment and recovery and the support groups and all of those things. We have had even an influx of male clients to give us a call. And yes, men, kudos to you. There are some really abusive women out there too, because they were in abusive relationships and they haven't gotten the healing and they haven't gotten the growth and they haven't become truly heal from the trauma that they've gone through. So a lot of times, as we've heard many times, hurt people hurt people. And so they are now having unloaded that baggage. And so if that's you, men, don't be afraid or ashamed. We also now have our very first, at Fresh Spirit, we have our very first men support group. So join the Man Cave Men Support Group every Wednesday night. We have a male facilitator. And so that would be an awesome way for you to kind of chat about what's been going on. If you are interested, please email us and we will get you registered at info@freshspirit.org, info@freshspirit.org. All right, so for those who've been joining me for the last 5 or 6 Sundays, this is the ABCs to self-success. And so the Conteology mindset, we want you to queen up mindset, have the queen up mindset. So I'm going to be teaching the Conteology queen up mindset, as well as talking about the ABCs of self-success in January. If you haven't got your 12 Steps to a Better You challenge book, go ahead and get it. We will be talking about the challenge right here. You can follow along with your book. And if you're having any personal issues and you know that you need some one-on-one time with me, I mean, don't delay it, don't deny it. I tell my clients all the time, the truth hurts, and the truth is the truth, whether you accept it or not. The problem is the longer it takes for you to accept it, the longer you prolong your healing and your growth. And there's so much God has for you. I know that you're ready for it. He's ready for you to come on and get with the program. So let's work to be our best. I always say good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. And so I want to help you do that. If you go to the Dr. Conte Speaks page, I have right now a special where I am being able. Hi, Thisha. Good evening. Hope all is well with you. So I have a special where we could do an initial consultation just to kind of see what it is that we can help you grow from, heal from, be delivered from. And so you can get that right now for one little itty bitty $1 a minute, minimum of 15 minutes, maximum of 60. So, all right. And so go ahead and do that. Well, let's queen up. We're talking about today. Let me recap really quick for those who have not been with us. We've been doing the ABCs of self-success. And the very first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness. I have them all the way from A to Z. I will be giving them to you all the way from A to Z. However, I want you to know that the first 3 are extremely important. I think if you get those down, you almost can master anything that's having self-awareness. You have to know who you are. You can't fix what you don't know is broken. What makes you tick? Why are you the way you are? So many times we are like, well, it's just who I am. No, it's not. There is a reason for it. And if I need to help you identify that, this actually is Self-Awareness Month. But if I need to help you identify that personally, please, please, please let me know. Go on there, sign up for that initial one-on-one time. Also, the B of the ABCs is self-belief. Believing in yourself, having self-efficacy, knowing that you can do it, and trusting that you can do it, and going forward, and moving past fears, having that self-belief. Statistics shows that people who have self-belief literally have better lives. They have better jobs. They have better careers. They have all of the fulfilling things that they want and need. And you know why? It's because they don't procrastinate. They don't put it off. They go for it because they really believe in themselves and they believe they can do it. And so I want you to have that same belief as well. So please, 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 again, if you missed it, go back and look at the tips that I gave about self-belief. And then these are just 30-minute tasters and teasers. So if you know that this is something you need to work on. Now, first of all, uh, give me a call. Let's work on it individually. And second of all, a book will be coming out again. Me and my books. Yes, 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 yes. And if you are a writer, I love to help you write your book as well. We also have Fresh Period Publishing, so you can publish your book. And so, but the self success will be in a book. I've gotten too many people wanting copies of my notes. And so I haven't been able to give that. And I've explained that because this will actually be a book as well. So self-control is C. Controlling your thoughts, controlling your mind, controlling what you allow to come in and what you allow to come out of your mouth, controlling your behaviors, because thoughts fuels feelings, and then the feeling fuels your behavior and your actions. And so we want to make sure that that you're not reacting, that you're responding. And how do you do that? You have the ability to step back and have some self-control, and controlling the amount of people and the kind of people you allow into your life, and the amount that you give back, and who you allow in your front row, and all of those different things. That self-control. All right. And then we did self-determination, being absolutely determined to get it done, determined to do what you need to do, determined to meet your goals, determined to do all the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of the things that, God is just blessing, 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 blessing. My producer for DCDC saw this show on Sundays, and he's like, okay, we need to put that on TV. And I just started laughing. I said, okay, whatever. But God is so good. But that's why we have to be determined. Many of you have seen, read, or heard my survivor story on TV, radio, and in magazines and books. And all of this come from my own self-awareness, my own self-belief, my own self-control, my own self-determination, and self-evaluation was E. We talked about being able to evaluate where you are, and where you want to be, and what's it going to take to get there. Having that self-evaluation. I said, anybody work on a job, you get evaluated. And if you're not cutting the mustard, if you're not, if you look good on paper, and in your resume, but if you're not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing and really making what you said you were come to fruition in the actual job, you'll lose your job. Happy Sunday. Peace and blessings to you as well, Teresa. Thank you so much. And so you will lose your job. So to keep from losing your job, you get it together. You make changes. Well, the same thing, to keep from losing your morals, your values, your trust in you, all the things that you've grown and learned and gained from your mistakes. You have to self-evaluate. So that was E, to self-evaluate. And then today we're going to be talking about self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness. We have all made mistakes. We are quick to forgive others. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. I did not mean to disrespect you. I did not mean to, all of these different things that we feel that we have crossed the line, across the boundaries with somebody else. We're very, very good at being people pleasers and apologizing and forgiving those sometimes who don't even need forgiving or should not have forgiveness, don't deserve being forgiven for some of the treacherous, traumatic things that they've done to you. But we will forgive others way quicker than we forgive ourselves. So again, we're talking about having self-success, really loving you, being happy with who you are, being successful in who you are, and finding out all the things that make you that way, and the things that stop you from being that way as well. So one of the things is to forgive yourself. We have had a lot of times that clients will come in and they're just so upset because of the mistakes that they made, or they went back to a bad situation, or they, all of these different things. Okay, so let's cut it out. When you go to God and ask God to forgive you, He forgives you right away. He forgives you right away. I hope you know that. If you don't know that, He does. And guess what? So how dare we ask God to forgive us, and He forgives us right away, but then we don't forgive ourselves? How dare we do that? Not good, not good at all. So you got to learn to forgive yourself. Just like God forgive you instantly right away, you have to do the same thing. We can't walk around with blame and shame and guilt and upset with ourselves over and over and over. So I'm going to give you some quick, important things to remember when you want to forgive yourself. So if it's important to forgive yourself, because otherwise, if you do not, it'll stop you from moving in situations. You will stay stuck in the past. You will stay continually um, mulling over the situation, mulling over the problem, feeling bad and down, and resentful about what happened. So it keeps you stuck. We don't want that. It also keeps you from doing what you want to do, the meaningful things that you've been called to do, from getting your purpose started, your life purpose work started. It stops you from all of that. It also shows that you're not caring of yourself. When you want to forgive other people, it's because you care about them and you don't want them to be upset and mad at you. Well, it's time to care a little bit more about yourself. And then also it stops you from learning and improving from your mistakes. If you stay stuck on not forgiving yourself and you stay stuck on being mad at yourself and putting yourself down, I say, stop the humiliation against me. That's shame. See if I usually have it written on something right here. I don't. So stop the humiliation against me. Let's see if I really do. I have it somewhere. See if you can really see that. I'm always writing stuff for my clients. So right here, SHAME. Okay. And I circled the me. So stop. Let me try to get over here. Stop. I'm trying to get it in the camera. Humiliation against me. That's what shame means. That's what, for me, that's the Kantiology meaning of shame. And that's what I teach. So nobody's putting that shame on you but you. And so you got to stop putting that shame on you and forgive yourselves and move forward. So how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you get started on that process? You realize the past is the past. It's not going to change. You can't fix it. You can't correct it. It is what it is. The best way the best revenge is success. So you can't change the past, but you can be successful in your present and in your future. So please remember that you need to just accept what has happened. Not that it doesn't make it, a lot of times people say they think if you accept it, it doesn't mean that it was a bad thing, or you are minimizing it. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It doesn't mean that it wasn't a huge thing that happened that was bad, hurtful, harmful, mistake, all of that. But it is what it is, and you can't do anything but learn and grow from it. I teach my clients, and one of my Consciology principles is the past serves two purposes, and that is just to learn and to grow from. That is absolutely it, to learn and to grow from. Every time I pull my hands, and you guys know for those who don't know, I used to own two nail salons. So one of my signatures is my nails. I love my nails, and I have been doing them myself since COVID. I have not gone to the nail salon since COVID. And so and for me, that's the first time in probably since, I don't know, 30 years, 30 years that I haven't gone literally, usually weekly, but bi-weekly, monthly, I mean, very often. So I haven't gone since February. And so I soaked them all off. I was doing them myself because I can. I was a licensed nail tech for 20 years. So I soaked them all off because I am going to go back to the nail salon in public. I'm going back to the nail salon in public, y'all, this week. So I soaked mine off, but I talk with my hands, so looking at them is kind of look weird even to me. So, and also, please excuse the beeping in the back. My building technician is supposed to be coming up and changing out the battery. Yes, so all you can do is to learn and grow from them. So cool. The next thing you want to do is you want to recognize unrealistic expectations. Sometimes we try to forgive ourselves and we try to go on with something really major and big because we want to kind of overcompensate for that mistake that we made. And then we have unrealistic expectations. And the thing about that is accomplish little goals at a time. And even if it's a big goal, as long as it's obtainable, because that failure of not accomplishing it really is not a failure. I always say, if you don't accomplish something, it's never a failure. It's just another way to learn how to do it better. It didn't work that way, so learn how to do it better. It's like when the light bulb was invented. 1,000 times it took him to do the light bulb, and he said, "I didn't make a mistake 1,000 times. It was 1,000 times me learning what not to do." So we have to think about those kinds of things. And so, but make your goals and your whatever you're going for, make them realistic goals and not unrealistic expectations and goals, okay? So, but you want to go ahead and make those goals because that shows that you're trying to move forward from the unforgiveness. Also, identify the hurt. Identify the hurt. When we have unforgiveness of ourselves, there's still some unmet expectations within ourselves. There's still some unhealed hurt. And so don't just overlook it, deny it, ignore it. Admit the hurt, identify what the hurt is, and then, work on what that hurt is. That might be when you need to make those one-on-one sessions with me to deal with those hurts. And then embrace self-acceptance. You know, I talk about self-awareness a lot, self acknowledgement. So you got to be aware of things. You got to be acknowledge the things that happen, but then you got to be self-accepting. How do you love yourself? You accept you who you are, accept you just the way you are. You fix the things that are broken. You nurture and build the things that are strengths, and then you neuter and cut off those and keep them from reproducing those things that are weaknesses. That's how you do it. But you accept who you are and you embrace who you are and you start loving that person. You are special. There is something about you that nobody else has. There is something about me that nobody else have. But you have to know that and accept those things. And we all have quirky flaws and all the other different things, but love those things. I mean, I'm just like, I'm always the person in the family that's loud and silly and laughter, but that's just my quirky ways. But I learned how to just enjoy every bit of me. And so it took a long time, and it doesn't mean that I'm perfect, absolutely not. And it doesn't mean that I'm not still working on some things, but still self-acceptance is huge. It gives you the ability to be in touch with who you are and love and learn to protect and be proud of who you are. And then put things into perspective. Putting things in perspective should really help you when it comes to forgiving yourself. Sometimes we make things really, really bigger than what they are. The mistake that we made, we think that, oh my God, this was so bad, or, blah, 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 blah. I'm the only one, but you're not. You're not the only one. It's not so bad. And also, a lot of times, we are our worst enemies. We make it worse than anybody else. And so, remember that it's not, as bad as it always seems. So please, please, please be sure to put it in perspective, okay? And, don't be so hard on yourself. Put it all in perspective. And then do not be afraid to start over. Do not be afraid to start over. When we make a mistake and that thing didn't work, a lot of times we're like, well, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to try it. I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to, whatever it is, apply for that job. I'm never going to date. I'm never going to. It's not, really, don't be afraid to start over. It gets better. It doesn't get worse. When you make changes, it gets better. Because guess what? You may not know what you're going to have or what you want to have or what you're going to want to do, but you know what you don't want to have, what you're not going to do, and what you're not going to allow to happen again. So please forgive yourself and then be good to yourself and and move into doing something different, and don't be afraid to allow something new and different, and start that new fresh start. And the last thing I want to say to you is look at after yourself. Take care of you. We have to be good to ourselves, and there's so many other, like I said, self successes we're going to talk about it, and one of those things is the kindness, the K is self kindness. So be good to yourself. Don't beat yourself up and be so mean to you because you made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, and you're not the only one. And so please start the forgiveness process. And if you're having trouble with that, again, in order to be successful and have a self success, you need to be able to accomplish these steps. And so if you need help doing that, contact me. I look forward to working with you on it. And so with that said, I'm done for the day. Of course, I want to remind you that we have your beautiful Queen Up cups. Mm-mm. And guess what? The other side is I have my signature and my picture on it. I have another one that's got a bigger picture. It's actually got the Contiology Queen Up picture on it. So you can get whatever you want. So the other side is customized. So send me your picture, send me your logo, whatever you want, and I will be ordering your cup. You can get them on www.drcontespeaks.com, but we'd have to know what it is that you want on the other side and upload that, and I'll be glad to get your Queen Up cup. I also have on my Queen Up shirt. I love it. I love it. I have my Queen Up shirt on today, so we can get you your Queen Up shirt. I love it. Queen Up, ladies, it's time to have higher standards, higher self-respect, higher self-love, higher self-morals, higher visions, higher dreams. Elevate. It's time to elevate and queen up. That's what the Queen Up movement is all about. It's elevating. And also, I have the Queen Up hats. I love them too. I have a bun in the back, so it's let's see if we can do it like this now. Yeah, won't fit over my bun, but yeah, my Queen Up hat. All right, so you can get all of this on my Dr. Conte Speaks website, and if there's anything else that you like to talk about, chat, please put it in the chat. Share this information. Let me know. Have you forgiven yourself? Is there something you need to forgive yourself for? And just say yes or no. Or, I did in the past, but now I've worked on it and I'm really, really, better as a result of it. Only you know. So keep working on you, and I'll be glad to help you with that, as I said. Look forward to seeing you all next Sunday, and share this video, share, share, share. And remember, you deserve the best, and nobody can give it to you but you. And you first must forgive yourself because you are worth it. We all make mistakes. All right. God bless you. Have a good one. Sign up for the Fresh Spirit Family and Friends Fun Walk, www.freshspirit.org. All right. I look forward to seeing you all. You can join my team too. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.